Tragedy on the gridiron. Take a look at Luke Shem there, one of two young football players who died this week. He was a high school senior in Kansas, planned to head to college next fall. The other, a 9-year-old from Ohio. And in response this week, several legislators proposed a bill to Congress to help protect young athletes. At least 9 young kids across the country have died in football incidents since early September. 9 of them. Look at these faces here. A report from the National Center for Catastrophic Sports Injury Research Database says about 12 high school and college football players die every year. The leading cause? Sudden cardiac arrest. Obviously, football comes with inherent risks, we know, but can these types of deaths be prevented is the problem? Let's talk to Lisa Sahlberg. She's founder of Hypertrophic Cardiomyopathy Association and recently helped push a law in New Jersey, in fact, that mandates heart screenings for kids under 19. Lisa, thank you for being with us. I understand that you have seen parts of this bill that were introduced to Congress today, or this week rather. Anything in that stand out to you? Give it a grade. Is it a bill that would really make a difference?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me here today. And secondly, I think bringing national awareness to the problem of sudden cardiac arrest and death in our youth is critically important. There are actually 2 pieces of legislation in the House right now. The other is the HEARTS Act, which helps to raise awareness about sudden cardiac arrest and create programs within schools and within communities to identify those at risk for sudden cardiac arrest in time. The other bill is more global, looking at football specifically and how to keep football safe. This isn't really a football issue. This is not only a sports issue, it's a child issue. And that's why in the state of New Jersey, we reached out to our legislators, and Senator Madden was really helpful in getting us to pass not only student athlete protection, but well child protection. So when every child goes to their community or to their physician for a well child examination, we're now going to be looking at all children for signs of heart disease in themselves and in their families.
Okay, so we know that looking for those signs and expanding those physicals is of much importance here. What is the greatest pushback you get when you're trying to solidify those kinds of mandates?
Well, New Jersey was our first state where we came up with a comprehensive approach to dealing with the problem of sudden cardiac arrest in the young, and specifically looking for hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. And I will tell you, we've got very little pushback at all from legislators when we explained that we were building sustainable methods within currently existing healthcare systems to have people communicate to their physician appropriately and really use the systems that we already have created. We're just asking about 10 more questions, and the physicians are being trained in the state of New Jersey to know what to look for and to be able to do a couple of physical examination issues like listening to your heart sounds while you're standing, sitting, and squatting. It doesn't cost any money. There's no real pushback here. This is simple stuff. If we can get the GP and pediatrician to identify these risks, we can then refer these kids to cardiac specialists for additional screening.
Because when people hear that already this year 9 kids have died since September, and the average, according to stats, is 12 per year, it is alarming. There's no doubt about it. So what do we, the parents, the children, the doctors, the coaches, what do we need to be aware of? In schools too, when we're looking out for this?
Well, I hate to tell you, but the number is much greater than 12. That may be within football specifically that you're looking at, but within the United States, children under the age of 24, or young people under the age of 24, we see about 130 deaths per year from hypertrophic cardiomyopathy alone. And in those cases, most of them are not diagnosed before they die. So we need to get better at identifying them. So what we're looking for is signs and symptoms. If your child is short of breath, if your child has chest pain or discomfort, if your child has fainted or nearly fainted, they're more fatigued than they should be. If they're an athlete and there's been marked changes in their ability to perform season to season, these are warning signs. The other things we're looking for are family history. You want to really know your family history, not the family myths, but the family history. When Uncle Joe died from a heart attack at 40, it's not likely a heart attack. It's more likely a sudden cardiac arrest. And many of those cases are genetic. And hypertrophic cardiomyopathy is genetic. So we're looking for genetic diseases. You don't necessarily look like a cardiac patient. Do I look sick?
Mm-hmm.
I was diagnosed when I was 12 years old.
Wow.
So we want to be able to look at the facts. I have an extensive family history of HCM.
Okay.
You want to look at your family history very carefully.
Very good points to make. Lisa Sahlberg, we appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time to be with us.
Thanks for letting me be here today.
Of course.
Oh, well, that's it for us this hour. We'll see you back